Monday, August 16th. We've been disappeared for a few days. That's because I got my second dose and I just needed a couple days to rest. So today is going to be a very, very busy day. We've got to do Sunday Fun Day. We missed that. We've got to do our Monday vlog segments. We have our mentor session today and we need to post the end of the week vlog from last week. So if you haven't seen that yet, go and take a look. The Friday Fireside Chat showed you a little insight into how I make my kick drums now. This morning, as you can see over there, we have our original track that I showed you, I think, 2 weeks ago. Really loving this one. It's just feeling right in line with where I want to be with my music. So anyways, we got a little bit before our mentor session. We're going to stay on this and I'll talk to you soon. Welcome back to Sunday Fun Day on a Monday. What a doozy of a week last week. We have no idea what's going on this week, so let's just get straight into it. Revenue streams, hearing problem frequencies, mixing synths and guitars. Music business, revenue streams. In this next lesson, we'll go over these key topics. The importance of creating multiple sources of income, 7 ways to make money as a music producer, how to capitalize on the power of your brand. Moving forward, we are back into ear training. Analysis of problem harmonics and frequencies. In this lesson, we'll dive into how to analyze common frequency-related problems in a piece of music. Pushing on, back to studio techniques, mixing synths and guitars. In this lesson, you will learn how to qualify the correct key, parts, and rhythm of your synths and guitars, understand low interval limits, create room for vocals and understand what frequencies function as focal points, correctly weigh your mid-range instruments for your music, better understand genre-specific needs. And finally, as per usual, we have a keyboard techniques playing assignment. Okay, here we go. Unit 7 of Level 4. I'm really stoked about this. Mixing synths and guitars and understanding how everything else works around that. Also identifying problem frequencies. To me, this sounds like just more core knowledge. Building a solid foundation in order to work my way up to professional sounding music. This is exactly why I'm at Icon. There are huge cracks in my foundation, and this is the exact stuff that I wanted to learn in order to make better music. You can't go wrong with these music business courses. Literally, they're about to show us 7 ways on how to make money. First, they show us how to set up a business, then they talk about how to do our taxes, and now they're telling us how to make money. Looks like we're in for a really informative week. I'm super excited. You know, we're on the other side of some really difficult stuff, but we're pushing on. We're staying on track. We're doing what we need to do. I gotta cut myself some slack, you know? Since we're a couple days behind here, well, that'll lead me right into the next thing. Welcome back to another episode of Mental Health Monday. And today, you guessed it probably, it's what's been going on for a little while. I wanted to talk about burnout. You know, especially as an artist, it can seem like we are literally always working with no breaks. It just feels like the grind doesn't stop. Even with a lot of the awarenesses that I have, and piggybacking off of last week's Mental Health Monday, the 4 pillars of taking care of yourself, as I admitted, I was not taking care of my physical health. And just in these 2 weeks or so that I've been doing yoga, I have noticed that including my body and my physical health in my self-care has helped with all the other pillars. But I do think that there comes a time when you've been working too hard for too long without taking care of yourself, you experience, or like I've been saying, I've experienced burnout. I've never experienced that in my whole life. Even when I was in the military. This work isn't going anywhere. If I'm doing my best on a daily basis, and I'm doing everything I possibly can for my music career, it will unfold in a way that is just meant to be. Part of working as hard as I can is taking care of myself, because if I'm not taking care of myself and all this stuff catches up with me, well then I'm probably going to be down for the count for a lot longer than I would be had I been doing these things for myself the whole way. I think that this is what kind of creates depression and what makes people's anxieties grow. And then before you know it, they got to take one semester off, and then that semester turns into 2, and then maybe they don't go back to school. There's so many different scenarios of people not taking care of themselves, and then eventually they crash and burn, and that's it. For me though, to recover and to get back on track, I just need to allow myself to rest, recuperate, do things outside the studio, spend time with Becca, just not do anything to do with work. And it's just so important to have that balance and to remind myself of that. I think everyone needs to find their own balance with it, but I do think that those 4 pillars, your mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual health, if you're not taking care of those and what that looks like for you, then you'll experience burnout, depression, anxiety, all those kinds of things that prevent you from doing what you want to do. Long story short, go easy on yourself, take care of yourself, and just keep pushing on. You got this. Good morning. It is Tuesday, August 17th. We got our business classes up. We're getting right into things today. I don't feel like 100%, from just feeling burnt out, second dose, cat in the hospital, not sleeping. I'm feeling like I'm coming out the other side of all that stuff going on. And yeah, I was thinking about this last night, where it's like documenting my time at Icon is not just about Icon, it's about bringing you with me as I pursue music and all the ups and downs that come along with that. It's weird because I've watched vloggers for years, and I just never thought that I would ever do this. The other interesting aspect to it is feeling like I'm not just talking to a camera anymore. It actually feels like there's a community of people on the other side of this lens. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna keep going even after I graduate Icon. I think that there's a lot of value in documenting how things unfold for me. Just want to show my appreciation and say thank you to all the people who are supporting my YouTube channel and this journey that we're on. All right, I'm excited about these classes. Let's get started. Tuesday afternoon, as we've been doing, an update on my mentor sessions. The original track I showed you a few weeks ago, that's kind of been the example track that I'm deconstructing my process with. Honestly, we're kind of just going step by step and creating an order of operations in which I'll basically be able to use to finish music. This isn't to say that I have some rigid list and I do steps 1 to 10 and then I'm done my track. But what it does do is it creates a checklist for finishing music. So if I ever get stuck, or I'm feeling annoyed, or I'm just not moving on, or I'm overproducing something, or I'm just screwing around, I can go back to my list and I can say, okay, what is the next step? Oh yeah, what am I doing here? I've already done my sound design, I've already done my effects. Let's get this track arranged. Like, I'm wasting time. And time is the killer of creativity and motivation. You might be thinking to yourself, well, isn't quality better than quantity? So isn't it better to take your time? But I think that there's like a plateau that you gotta hit before quality even comes into play. And I know it's, the artist ego mind, our current track is our best track we've ever done. So we get really excited about it, we get really protective over it. We want to make sure everything's perfect. But honestly, in my experience and doing as much music as I've done in the last 9 months, your next track is always your best track. And all the stuff that you've learned and all the tracks previous is what's going to help you level up in your next track. And so once we have a workflow that we can apply to every track that we're doing, over time, we become a lot more efficient at making music. So more so, the key here is efficiency, not speed. And at that point, it stops becoming about quantity, but now it becomes about quality because you have the experience behind you. So, needless to say, the mentor sessions are going really, really well. I'm loving this whole workflow thing from my mentor this quarter. Well, I am certainly having a good morning on this Wednesday, August 18th. We're tuned in here with Cosmic Gate and their new album Mosaic. Now, they've kind of gone a direction that is really, really inspiring to me. I mean, they've been making music for like 20 plus years, and they've managed to keep things relatively fresh. They have some truly amazing tracks. Firewire is one of them. Their recent collab, I think it's called The Launch with Andrew Bayer. Just amazing, amazing music, and quite different from a lot of the trance and, I don't know, progressive trance / techno that's going around these days. We started a new remix yesterday. Maybe I'll show you that soon. Some of the stuff that I'm learning with my mentor is coming into play, and it's making the process simpler. I'm really liking doing my best to complete all the lessons and get going on the assignments by Wednesday. That way, towards the end of the week, I'm not having to play catch up. I'm not having to get things in right before the marking deadline. I could just concentrate on working on music. I hope your week is going well. Let's finish off Cosmic Gate's album launch set and then get to work. Welcome back to the Wednesday midweek check-in. How am I feeling this week? You know what? This week is going a hell of a lot better than last week. You all know a little bit about what happened. My cat in the hospital, dose number 2, feeling burnt out. This week though, being on the other side of all that stuff, I am feeling so much better overall. Alright, moving into Icon coursework. We are on Unit 7 of Level 4. This week they went over 7 different ways to make money in the music business. Live performance, merch, selling music, music licensing, performance royalties, work for hire, and sponsorships. So part of the homework was to list your own personal priority with all of these things and why. For me, I put live performance first. My primary goal is to be a full-time touring artist. Next thing up, I put work for hire. One of the things I'm really passionate about is teaching. And so part of work for hire is helping other producers improve their work. Also, part of work for hire is making presets and sample packs, as well as doing mixing and mastering for other people. Those are the most important things for me from a music business revenue perspective. What else did we do? We did some ear training, still talking about identifying problematic frequencies. What I've noticed over this entire quarter so far is that this is all about how to fix up the sounds in your track, how to clean them up, and how to get things sitting in the mix properly together. I'd say from what they're teaching us, about 75% of the skill is cleaning everything up. Studio techniques this week, learning how to mix synths and guitars. Once again, a lot of this goes back to just cleaning up your sounds. Not only cleaning up your sounds though, but one of the most important things that they stress is what are the sounds that you're using to begin with? What kind of samples are you using? Are they super high quality, or are they, stripped from some random free website? Same with the sounds coming out of your synths. Are these quality preset packs? Is your sound designing skills up to par? So it's all about building the foundation of your track by using quality sounds to start with. So yeah, quite a bit of information this week on these classes. This is such crucial, important foundation building production skills. A lot of the stuff I do know, or it's maybe not even the fact that I know it, it's that by learning it from a place like Icon, it reinforces what I already know, which makes me stop second guessing myself. And then every tiny little detail that I'm picking up along the way is instantly helping my music production. A super good week so far. All we've got left is our keys playing assignment and our Studio Techniques mixing project.